What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are well. So guys, someone's asked me about a Manny Pacquiao and Spence fight, and the Manny Pacquiao is once again by a load of YouTubers got you know someone showed me a video of someone saying that Manny Pacquiao ducked Spence. He recently did a video, and someone was saying, well, it's a lot of disrespect towards Manny. What do you make of it? To be honest, I've aired my views so many times about this topic, about Manny Pacquiao being accused of ducking Errol Spence. Let me give my opinion and give my point of view about this. Firstly, I feel that as boxing fans, right, because I'm a hardcore boxing fan. I love boxing. Why are we accusing an 8 division world champion, a 41-year-old man? He's an old man. He's 41, right? That's old in boxing. Of ducking a young kid, right? When the whole of boxing wants to see Terence Crawford and Errol Spence more than either of those guys fighting Pacquiao. Would you agree? Most boxing fans around the world, or hardcore boxing fans, want to see Spence Crawford, right? But yet those guys aren't fighting each other. They're saying, well, the promoters are keeping us away, etc. But they're fighters. They can force that fight to happen, right? If they really want it, they can force that fight. They're the fighters, right? So I'll tell you what's going on, and I said this before and I'll say it again. The boxing community wants Manny Pacquiao to fight one of Crawford or Spence first, lose to them, and then so they can build them up, so they can be in a mega showdown, because they know if they were to go into a straight fight with one another, it's not that big. And let me tell you, even if one of them was to beat Manny Pacquiao, it still won't be that big. Yes, it's an undisputed fight, but if you're looking at that fight financially being $100 million fight or something, it's not going to happen. Spence and Crawford aren't big names like that they're going to be doing 100 million. They haven't got that kind of personality, right? Because when you're talking about $100 million fights, there's big personalities involved. There's big characters. Spence and Crawford don't fit into that category. This is not hating on them. That's just the way they are. Mayweather was a big personality. Manny Pacquiao had a country behind him. So they're big personalities. Tyson Fury, Joshua, big personalities. Even I don't know whether their fight's $100 million fight. I don't know whether they're gonna make 100 million each, right? So financially, Spence and Crawford is nowhere near that level, right? The best thing for them would be to fight one another, because their biggest payday becomes against Manny Pacquiao, because Manny Pacquiao will drive the pay-per-view numbers. If Manny Pacquiao fights either guy, it will do well on pay-per-view. Not because of them. Yeah, of course, because they're good fighters. It takes two to tango. But because of the fact that Manny Pacquiao has huge drawing power, and then pay-per-view numbers will do better than what any of their pay-per-view numbers have done before. You can't say that for Manny. Manny's done million pay-per-view buys before, with Mayweather and other fighters. Manny's had many millions of pay-per-view buys, throughout his career. We know he's a well-supported fighter. Spence and Crawford aren't. In terms of Manny ducking Errol Spence, why doesn't Errol Spence just fight Terence Crawford? That's what we want to see. That's what us boxing fans want to see more than fight Manny. I'd watch the Manny Pacquiao fight, but I want to see him fight Crawford. Why are we wanting a 41-year-old man, accusing a 41-year-old guy that's already created his legacy, already is a legend in the sport, right? These two young guys have to create their legacy. Why don't they fight one another, and then the winner can fight Pac-Man? Like I said, Pac-Man's the one that's sitting on the throne right now, and he's waiting for to become undisputed champion. He wants to listen. People get it twisted. Manny Pacquiao is a great fighter, but don't get it twisted. He'd go into the fights against Spence and Crawford probably as an underdog. Bookies will have him probably a massive underdog. It's not like Manny's not been underdog. He's been underdog before and he's won fights. But obviously this is a different. He'll be 41. We don't know when he gets back in the ring, and when he's to fight Crawford or Spence, maybe he might be 42, 43. So then he'll be even a bigger underdog. And obviously, as you get older, you slow down. And Pacquiao is obviously slowing down. We saw that in the Thurman fight. But I just think that to accuse Pacquiao of ducking at the age of 41 when he's clearly shown throughout his career, and if you look at his resume, right, it's untouchable, really. He's moved up 8 weight divisions and beaten numerous world titles. You know, had many become lineal champion in so many different weight divisions. You know, Spence has just fought in one weight class right now. He hasn't even moved up one weight division. You know, Crawford's moved up a couple weight divisions. Fair play to him. You know, he's done his thing. But the weight divisions, when he's been moving up, he's been not exactly been fighting stellar competition like Manny was. Manny fought Barrera, Morales, you know, guys like that. Then he fought Cotto, you know, moving up De La Hoya, Hatton, you know, names in boxing. You know, Clottey, Margarito, you know, guys like that. Do you see where I'm coming from? And, you know, this is what I'm trying to say. Both of these guys, Crawford and Spence, have got a lot to prove. And I think by fighting one another, whoever wins that fight will win over the boxing fans. You know, the fans want to see Crawford Spence. The hardcore fans want to see Crawford Spence. So rather than worrying about Manny and what he's doing, fight one another. Fight one another. Fight one another. Make a shed load of money, and then the winner gets a lottery fight with Pac. That makes sense, don't it? And Pacquiao gets an opportunity to win, to become an undisputed champion, which is only fair, because at the end of the day, I look at it this way, that Manny Pacquiao's the A-side against whoever he fights, Crawford or Spence. They know that. They know their place, in the sense that they know that they can't compete with him in terms of, you know, being the A-side. Neither of those guys are going to be able to claim the A-side against Pacquiao. He earns more money than them. He's got a bigger fan base than them. He's a bigger draw, bigger attraction than they are. So they're not going to be able to claim to be A-side. So they're going to be the B-side. And I think they both probably accept that they'll be the B-side against Pacquiao. Especially the fact that Pacquiao's a world champion now as well. But I just think we need to stop and put pressure on Crawford and Spence rather than Manny. Because Crawford and Spence is the fight that the boxing fans want to see. The hardcore fans want to see Crawford and Spence fight one another, and the winner gets a lottery fight with Pac. That makes sense to me, because to be honest, after this pandemic, people want to see big fights. They want to see massive fights right away, and Crawford and Spence would be a great way, you know, for the broadcasters and, you know, all the boxing fans to get people excited. Because at the end of the day, we're in a bad place right now from an economical point of view. So we need big fights, and Crawford and Spence, I'm not saying financially it's a mega fight, because who knows, they might lose money on that fight. You know, they lost money on Deontay Wilder Fury. What's to say they're not going to they're not going to lose money on Crawford Spence, who both of those guys are not big names, just like Fury and Wilder weren't. Even though I think Fury and Wilder are bigger names than Crawford and Spence, and probably financially are going to do a lot more. But the thing is, Crawford and Spence are going to want a lot of money. They're going to want a lot of money, and the broadcasters are probably going to end up losing a lot of money, because the fight's not going to bring back the revenue that they're going to want. You know, so the probably show's going to do a huge loss, like Fury Wilder did. So that's a big issue, because in the current climate, broadcasters and promoters can't afford to fork out unnecessary money when they know that the fight's not going to generate that. So it's going to be a difficult time now to make these big fights. It's not going to be easy, because if you're Spence and Crawford, and, you know, someone's coming to you and giving you the same money that you were getting for fighting someone else, you know, you're not going to be too happy, because you're going to be like, I'm fighting Spence now. I want money. Or Spence is going to be like, I'm fighting Crawford now. You know, so it's not going to be easy for boxing, and these big fights are going to be tough to make after this pandemic, because the situation is bad. But yeah, I think the fight that the hardcore boxing fans want is Crawford and Spence. That's the fight we want, right? But what do you guys think? Leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.
I want to thank you all for me reaching 7,000 subs. I appreciate your support. Guys, as you can probably see from my channel art, I have recently started Patreon and Blogger. If you were to click on this icon here, it will take you to my Patreon page, and I just want to take you through my Patreon page. So at the minute, I've got 2 options. Hopefully, I will increase this if my Patreon grows. But at the minute, I've got one option, which is $1 a month fan donation, which will obviously help me produce better quality content on YouTube and faster for you guys. And I've got another option of $3 a month for 2 live streams a week discussing boxing with myself. You guys will get to speak to me face to face, and I'll take you to my boxing blog. So if you were to click on this B sign here, it will take you to my boxing blogs, which is this page here. And all you have to do is click on here, and that will take you to my boxing blogs where you can see all my different articles that I've wrote. So as you can see, I've wrote 6 articles about different topics. So if you want to click on one of my articles, all you got to do is click on this, and it will take you straight to the article, and you can read it, and you can then go back and read the others if you would like. But yeah, guys, I thought I'd just highlight this to you. So make sure to read my articles. Make sure to subscribe to my Patreon if you're interested. And guys, I thank you for your support. I thank you for me reaching 7,000 subs. Guys, I'm out.